Your broke friend, the one who borrows money every other week, the one whose card gets declined at dinner, that person has probably given you the best financial advice you've ever received, and you ignored it because you looked at their bank account instead of listening to their words. And that's exactly why you're still making the same mistakes with money. This is going to sound crazy, but hear me out. The person who's been burned by money understands fire better than the person who's never been near it. Think about it. Who teaches you more about heartbreak? The person who's been through 3 of them, or the person who's read about it in a book? Same thing with money. The person who's been broke, truly broke, who's counted coins for groceries, who's avoided phone calls from bill collectors, who's lied to friends about why they can't come out. That person has a PhD in financial pain. And pain is the greatest teacher on this planet. Not textbooks, not YouTube gurus standing in front of rented Lamborghinis. Pain. Your rich uncle tells you just invest early. Cool. But your broke cousin tells you don't touch credit cards until you understand how interest actually eats you alive. One of those is saved from theory. The other is saved from experience. And experience leaves scars. Scars don't forget. So if broke people know so much, why are they still broke? This is the part nobody talks about. There's a psychological phenomenon called Solomon's paradox. Researchers Igor Grossman and Ethan Cross studied this. They found that people reason far more wisely about other people's problems than about their own. When it's your friend's money problem, you see it clearly. Stop spending on stuff you don't need. Cancel those subscriptions. Start saving. It's obvious. But when it's your money, suddenly emotions flood in. Fear, shame, ego, habit. You can't think straight because you're too close to the fire. It's like being a doctor who smokes. The doctor knows exactly what cigarettes do to lungs, can explain it in medical detail, but knowing and doing are 2 completely different brain processes. One is rational, the other is emotional. And when it comes to our own lives, emotion wins almost every single time. That's why your broke friend can diagnose your financial disease perfectly, but can't cure their own. They're not stupid, they're human. And then there's the Dunning-Kruger Effect. This is where it gets really interesting. Psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger proved that people with the least knowledge in a subject are the most confident about it. The guy who read one article about crypto and now gives investment seminars at the dinner table. Dunning-Kruger, the person who inherited money and thinks they're a financial genius. Dunning-Kruger, but the person who's been humbled by money, who's lost it, who's failed. They sit on the other side of that curve. They know how much they don't know, and that's actually wisdom. Real wisdom starts with knowing what you don't know. You know what's wild? Some of the greatest financial minds in history went broke before they understood money. Walt Disney went bankrupt before building an empire. He was fired from a newspaper because he lacked imagination. Dave Ramsey, the guy who's taught millions of people about money, went completely broke in his 20s, filed for bankruptcy, lost everything, then built one of the biggest personal finance brands in the world. His advice didn't come from a degree. It came from rock bottom. And it's not just famous people. Think about your own life. The person who told you to start an emergency fund, was it the rich person who never needed one? Or the person who got hit with a car repair bill that almost destroyed them? The best lessons about money don't come from people who have it. They come from people who lost it. Because losing teaches you what having never will. So here's the part nobody gives you. What should you actually take from the broke people in your life? Not everything. You filter. Here's how. 1. Listen to their warnings, not their strategies. A broke person telling you, don't lease a car you can't afford to impress people you don't like. That's gold. That's earned wisdom. A broke person telling you which stock to buy, maybe skip that one. Warnings from pain are almost always accurate. Predictions from pain are almost always emotional. 2. Watch their patterns, not their pockets. If someone is broke but they budget every single dollar, they just haven't caught a break yet. If someone is rich but can't tell you where their money goes each month, they're one bad quarter away from being the broke friend. Patterns reveal more than balances ever will. 3. Use their advice as a mirror. When someone broke tells you something about money, ask yourself, am I doing the same thing they did? Because the reason their advice hits so hard is that you recognize yourself in their mistakes. That recognition is uncomfortable. That's how you know it's real. 4. Stop confusing net worth with wisdom. The Dunning-Kruger Effect proves this. Confidence and competence are not the same thing. A rich person can be dangerously wrong about money, and a broke person can be painfully right. The size of someone's bank account tells you about their circumstances. The quality of their advice tells you about their understanding. Here's the one thing I need you to take from this video. The world is full of financial advice. Books, podcasts, courses, gurus. But the most honest financial advice you will ever receive will come from someone who has nothing to gain from giving it to you. No affiliate link, no course to sell, no image to protect. Just a person who already fell, already bled, and is trying to stop you from falling into the same hole. We dismiss broke people because we confuse their results with their knowledge. But results are about circumstances, luck, timing, privilege, 100 factors. Knowledge comes from paying attention, and nobody pays more attention to money than someone who doesn't have enough of it. The rich think about money when they want to. The broke think about money every second of every day. Who do you think understands it deeper? So the next time your broke friend gives you advice about money, don't look at their wallet, look at their eyes, because those eyes have seen things about money that your bank account hasn't taught you yet, and maybe, just maybe, listen this time.